Evening, everybody. Dave, are we recording now?
We are.
Wonderful, thank you. Good evening, everybody. My name is Sue Booth. I'm a diamond with Zinzino, and it's my pleasure to take you through tonight the product offering that we have at Zinzino. And the person who has invited you onto the call tonight has actually done so because they're concerned about obviously your wellness and just thinking that it may be of interest to you and for your family's health and wellness. So really, we know that there's an awful lot of things happening around the world at the moment on a global level. And this is one of the things that's starting to catch people's attention, hopefully for the right reasons, not the COVID reasons, but it's a wellness revolution. So everyone is now looking to improve their health on every kind of area. And I don't think anywhere at any time since I don't know when, is people are more concerned about their health and their wellness as they have been right now, and finding ways to do it, kind of effectively and also naturally. So, as I say, my pleasure to take you through. We're based in the UK, so these will be in UK pounds. But if you're coming in from another country or another area, then please refer back to your local platform to find out, the prices in euros or dollars or wherever you're coming in from. So, bear with me, okay. So we know that science and technology are probably developing at the fastest rates than probably anything before in human history. And we tend to know more about nutrition and wellness than ever before, but we're still finding that our health challenges are increasing, and they're increasing exponentially. It's ridiculous how, diabetes has increased over the last 10 years. And this isn't going to stop, it's just continuing. So what can we do about it? Well, we're knowing now that it's, really wanting to know, is it necessary to supplement our diet? Well, I believe it is. I think it is. And here's the reason why. We're actually consuming a much more ultra-processed diet. So we know that it's what we eat that are causing our issues. And why is that? So also the depleted nature of the soil in which the crops are grown are really no longer have the right amount of sufficient nutrients in there to make it that product that may look good, but they want it to taste good and actually do us good as well. And one of the things that Linus Pauling said, who's a Nobel Prize winner twice, he has said that you can trace every sickness, every disease, and every ailment back to a deficiency in minerals. And this is where the soil is where it starts. So it's really, how can we improve those things? And as I say, we have an ultra processed diet. And unfortunately in the UK, we have probably 50% of our foods that we purchase on a daily basis are processed, which is not good for our health. We're also exposed to greater toxins and pollutions from cars, planes, traffic, you name it, but other toxic sources as well, even down to your curtains and your curtain fabrics, your curtains and your carpets. They all exude toxins from toxic fumes from them. And if we don't process those in the right way, then it can have lasting effects within our health. We also know that modern day living is actually, causing us problems. So these higher levels of stress, gone are the days where mum would stay at home with the kids, do the housework, cook the food from scratch. They're now forced down to economic reasons, but maybe the mum and dad both go out to work. Maybe they've got 2 jobs. So they actually have less time to do these things that we would normally have done and actually, provide a meal, for instance, for the children without having to resort to something that's pre-made or using a microwave, which I don't have personally, but, microwave foods quickly deteriorate, their nutrients in there as soon as you put it in there. So what can we do about this? We know that our results, from the results we have with the testing that we do, that 95% of the people, and in fact I've heard it's 97%, And I'm sure that's only going to increase over the next few years. And as I said, it's down to those foods that we eat. We're eating way too many processed foods, as I said, so the heavy carb foods, the fast foods, perhaps the oils, the type of oils, some of the refined flours that we use, they're really quite detrimental to our whole well-being. We're not eating enough of the foods on the right-hand side, which maybe you don't even like fish, and the seeds and avocados. But it's really wanting to help us in addressing these problems. When we have too many omega-6s in our diet, this actually raises the inflammatory markers within our body. And what does that cause? So those inflammatory markers actually are a bit like putting inflammation into the fire. So it's actually increasing on such a high level that it's really causing us issues. So maybe rheumatism, arthritis, osteoarthritis, all sorts of things like that can really be a problem. But inflammation refers throughout the rest of our body. We're not eating enough of those omega-3s that you see on the right-hand side, and that again is causing problems, the fact that we don't eat enough. So it's this imbalance of omega-6s and 3s, plus that low-level consumption of omega-3. We're consuming inadequate amounts of the polyphenols, which are the antioxidants. And antioxidants are the things that mop up all those free radicals, which cause damage within our body. And we also have very low levels of vitamin D3, especially here in the Northern Hemisphere, where we tend to get, our nights are drawing in now, we've got much cloudier weather maybe. So it's just making sure that we actually have those right amounts of vitamin D3 as well. We know that we're made up of trillions of cells, hundreds of trillions of cells. So those cells are constantly in renewal mode. And so we need to have a healthy ground where those cells can actually be pristine, actually do the job that they're designed to do. So that, you have a certain amount of things. And the cell membrane, which is the wall around every cell in our system, is made up of fatty acids. And that's where the omega-6 ratio is essential. And so if it's not in a balanced ratio, we have an unhealthy cell. So it doesn't allow the nutrients to enter the cell properly, maybe even not enter at all, because the cell wall is so hard and it needs to be more permeable. And it's also going to only let out some of the waste products that need to come out of the cell. So you need that transition of nutrients in and waste out to make it a healthy cell. On the right-hand side of this bottom picture, you can see the healthy cell. That's when the omega-6 and omega-3 are in balance, in the right ratio, and that cell membrane is soft and permeable. So that's good. It's allowing the nutrition in, and it's allowing the waste that's necessary to come out. And I liken it to almost, with an unhealthy cell, it's a bit like a hard-boiled egg. It's very difficult to get anything through that shell. It's like hard, so nothing's going to work. So however good your nutrition is, however good your diet is, it's going to be all for nothing if it's not going in and doing the job it's supposed to do. So in an ideal world, we would love to be at this ratio of 3:1. Now we're born at a ratio of 1:1, and obviously as we start to consume foods, then that ratio will be differential. Can't say the word, it will differentiate. And so that's making sure that we keep that in balance is so important. So as children, we start to eat things, perhaps the kids like to go to McDonald's and things like that. All those processed foods and highly processed foods are causing our children to have a much, much more inflamed system than they should do. So do you fall into the danger zone? Well, I think for all of us, we'd like to think we were that tip of the iceberg and in perfect health, but commonly we're not. So the people who take an omega-3 supplement fall into that ratio between 3:1 and 7:1. And I assumed, as someone who'd been taking an omega-3 supplement for 30 plus years, that I was going to fall in between, somewhere in between there. And I was very shocked, because I actually was nearer the national average, the ratio that you can see here, 15:1, which is basically the whole of Europe. That's the average ratio for the whole of Europe. I was nearer that than I was the 3:1 and the 7:1. I was horrified. As I said, I've been taking a omega-3 supplement for 30 years and was very conscious about my health and my wellness. Always eating good food, but obviously not good enough. So what, again, can we do about it? Well, you can take your number, you can find your number. Finding your number is really simple to do. You take a test, it's a blood spot test. You actually just prick your finger with the little lancet which is inside, drip it onto 2 little test circles on the test card, and you will get a unique number. So this unique number here, this is actually one of Nigel's, so this unique number, that's the only way that someone is able to track their ratios, their results. So you need to keep hold of this. I always recommend that people take a photograph of the unique number, put it somewhere safe, maybe in their wallet, to make sure that they know exactly where it is. Then you're going to start using the Zinzino products. Now we've got, you see the water-based one here, but this one's the lemon one here, lemon Zinzino balance oil. You're going to start nourishing your body with that. And while you've taken the test and sent it off, it's going to take around about 14 to 21 days for those test results to come back. The only way, you have to answer a few questions, i.e. age, height, weight, which country you live in, and your email address, and whether you've been taking any omega-3 supplements before. So all these things are the only way it identifies you. And so we get those test results and you get a fantastic 10-page report, which is really easy to understand. Then you're going to continue taking the balance oil. And the reason you're going to continue is because those 4 months later, as you can see here, you're going to retest. And 4 months is quite crucial because 4 months is how long it takes your blood supply or your blood cells to regenerate itself on, kind of a 4 month period. So every 4 months, whether or not you do anything with our products or eat any food or not eat food, whatever you're doing, you're going to get a new set of blood cells. But we want to make sure that the new blood cells that you're getting are absolutely in the right ratio and in perfect health, which is going to impact on your health. So you're going to retest after 4 months and you're going to see your new number. Now those can be quite dramatic. The lovely thing is, and I think this is really reassuring as customers, is that we have a money back guarantee. So this applies if you have a 6-3 ratio on your first test that is 3:1 or better. And as long as you are on a subscription, then you have a money back guarantee, because obviously you don't need our product and we don't want people to take our product just for the sake of taking it. So it's a great reassurance for customers to know that if they are in balance, then they would actually get their money back. As of today, in fact, I changed the figures, but I forgot to change the date. So as of today, which is the 12th or 13th of October, Vitas have done over 545,583 tests. Now that's a fair amount of tests. And this is done by Vitas Analytical Services, which are a totally independent company. And they're linked to Oslo University, and that's all they do. They do blood samples, they do testing constantly, and we're just another customer. Zinzino is just another customer. So what they found from their results is that only 5% of people have got that 3:1 ratio in the whole of Europe. Now that's quite a small amount, isn't it? And we know that the 20% that do take an omega-3 supplement, which I had thought I was in, was going to have that average balance of 7:1. And the 75% who don't take an omega-3 supplement or have never taken a supplement have an average ratio of 15:1 or thereabouts, sometimes a lot higher. Now we know that a lot of vegans and vegetarians test higher than that because it's very difficult for them to actually make sure that they have enough omega-3s within their diet without having to use the fish oils. But we're going to be telling you about that anyway. The great news is that after doing the tests and taking the Zinzino balance products, that most people have a ratio 3:1 or nearabouts in around about 120 days. Now, I think that's a really quick result, and really exciting to think that you can change your whole system within such a short amount of time. Now, I'm sharing you this. This is I'm not very proud of it. I'm proud of it now, actually, but I wasn't very proud of it. I was 65 when I took my first test in 28th of May, and that came back as a shocking 14.4 to 1. Now, I was horrified. As I said, I'd been taking fish oil capsules, but obviously not enough, and probably not the right formulation of the product. So 14.4 to 1. So I had then had a heart attack a couple of years before that. So I was now looking at why I had that heart attack. And all of a sudden, this made so much sense to me that I got inflammation throughout my system, through every organ in my body. And although I was on the surface healthy, I was actually unhealthy inside. And again, as a cellular level, that's really very poor. So I was looking at, now one of the things that I first saw was the zero, and I kind of was horrified at that. And that's the protection you get from those 11 fatty acids that actually are going to keep you fit and healthy. So I have zero, that's frightening. I have 14.4 to 1 with my 6:3 ratio. My cell membrane fluidity, now I've seen a lot worse than this, but it should be 4 to 1. Mine was 10.7. So it was probably, as I said, like trying to get through a hard-boiled egg to get any goodness into my system. But also my mental strength. Now, although it's not excessively high, I was getting some brain fog in the morning, and I would find that it took me a lot longer to get going in the morning to do. Now, totally different story. I can get up at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever, go straight into a meeting on Zoom and not be worried about it, and then continue on till 9, 10 o'clock at night. So without feeling tired or kind of a little bit jaded. I used to have a couple of coffees before I could get going. So, but you can see here, I've done 4 tests in total. So Dave and I were doing I'm just going to let this person in. Dave and I were doing a tour around the UK last year. And so we were 87 days into our trip, and or into our Zinzino journey, I should say. And all of a sudden, we got my results back, and I was blown away just how much they have changed. So I'd gone up to 49% here on my protection. I dropped down to 4.4. So that had dropped 10 points in 90 days, or just less than 90 days. My cell membrane fluidity had actually reduced, so 6.7. And also my mental strength had also reduced to 1.7. So I'm really happy about that for 90 days. Now, we say about 120 days being quite key because of the way that our blood cells work. So this one, I did this 123 days later. So we're looking at then at the 28th of October, I'd gone up to 72%, 3.6, so very close to being in balance, but not quite. I was a bit cross about, but never mind. I dropped down again on my cell membrane fluidity, 5.2, and 1.4 on my mental strength. Well, I knew I was going in the right direction, and I think it's really nice to reassure yourself in that respect, to know that the product's working, because we've all taken many supplements and being told, yes, they're fantastic, they're brilliant, but there's no way of checking out whether they're working or not. This is one way that they are, it's so good. So I did a 4th test on the 27th of April, so just short of my year within Zinzino, my first year in Zinzino. I'm now up to 98%, well in balance at 2.4%, and then 4.4, so just a few points short of being in balance for there, 4.1, and then 1 point short of being, 1-to-1 in there. So the difference to me has been astonishing. But more importantly, when I got to this 87 days, I was noticing that my blood pressure had started to reduce, and I had been on 7 different drugs for my heart. And so for me, I was very aware of this, and I was checking it constantly. I had the pleasure of meeting Paul Clayton, the formulator, Dr. Paul Clayton, And he said to me, I think I can help you get off those drugs within 6 months. And I went, fantastic. And I said, I'm really listening now. So when this started to drop, I then contacted him and he said, right, you need to start reducing your medication, but very gradually. So I did that over the space of a month. So I am from here completely drug free and have been that way for the last 14, 15 months now. So for me, massive change here. And so for me, it's been, you know, just brilliant, absolutely brilliant as far as I was concerned. So why is our product so different? Well, we have a unique combination. We've got this combination of omega-3, polyphenols, and that's really what gets the results. So it's wild fish oil, and this comes from pelagic fish, and pelagic fish are small fish like anchovies, mackerel, and they really are fished from clean waters as well. So they make sure that, you know, they're fished sustainably, they're cold pressed, so they get them, you know, cleansed, etc. So they're making sure there's no toxins in there. And then they add in algae, so omega-3 from algae, which is a microalgae from the marine microalgae, and then polyphenols. And these are taken from olives that are unripe. So about 2 months prior to harvesting, enough for, you know, for eating, but that's when the polyphenols are in abundance, about 2 months prior to eating, you know, harvest. So as you can see here, we're proud members of the Friends of the Sea. We're GMO free, we're halal, we are just about to, we're in Informed Choice at the moment, where we're just about to become Informed Sport, so we're trusted by sports people. We've got 100% guarantee on the product as well. And it's also absolutely delicious. It tastes nice, and it's also got vitamin D3 in it to actually help transport that, or chaperone it, I think is a nicer way. Chaperone it to where you need it, where the cells are. So this is a superb product, comes in loads of different flavors, and I absolutely love it. So what sort of benefits are you going to be able to get from this? Well, the three main things: brain function, heart function, and immune function. Anyone want immunity at the moment? Yes. Everyone's looking at improving their immune function. But for me, it was heart function, obviously brain function. I'm 66 now, and it's wanting to make sure that I'm still functioning at an optimum level. But in addition to that, we had actually 18 other health claims that we can claim against it. And this is approved by the European Foods Standard Authority. And so this is really quite an accolade. And so anything from normalizing vision, normal teeth production, you know, growth rather, bone structure, normal blood pressure, cell division, triglyceride levels, lowering and reducing blood cholesterol, just even down to when someone is expecting a baby, to making sure that that fetus is developing correctly, and also, you know, making sure that their brain development, and we've got to remember that our brains are something like 70% fat. So we need to make sure that we're feeding it with the right thing. And also obviously development of infants up to 12 months of age. So all those things are so important in making sure that we are working at our optimum level, whatever age. So anyone from cradle to the grave really can use it. So this is the balance oil, and I'll just go through them briefly so you can read the bottom section yourself. So we know, as I say, it's a premium blend of natural wild fish oil, which is high in omega-3s, EPA and DHA. It's got that organic olive oil, polyphenols, and vitamin D3. And so this balance oil is designed to help you protect your cells from rusting, but also to put that back in balance and making sure that it adjusts that with the body's omega-6-3 balance safely. And also then supporting the normal brain and heart function, and also the immune system. As you can see on the top here, we've got a fantastic vegan oil. Veganism is becoming very, very much more popular now, people wanting to go plant-based. So this is a fantastic option. It's a little bit more costly than the basic one, but because of the manufacturing process, but It's absolutely exceptional. It's organic, 100% vegan, no problems whatsoever. We also have a water-based product which is dissolvable, disperses in water or juice. You can put it into smoothies. Absolutely gorgeous. My grandkids take this one, and the reason is that they probably wouldn't like to taste the oil texture. This is great, and it has great results with young children especially. And then we've got 4 different flavors. So we've got some grapefruit, lemon, lime. We've got the orange, lemon, mint, lemon, and vanilla as well. And I'm sure there'll be more flavors eventually as well. So this is a fantastic thing. Now, one of the products I'm going to mention today is Extend. Extend Plus is a superb product and multivitamin, but also it really improves the immune system, and it complements the balance oil and another product that I'm going to talk to you about in a second, the Xenobiotic. It contains 23 essential vitamins and minerals. It's got these micronutrients and phytonutrients, and very, very important, purified 1 to 3 and 1 to 6 beta-glucans. And these are derived from baker's yeast. And so it's there to give you more energy, to help improve your bone and joint function. It's to boost your immune system. It's naturally 100% natural ingredients. So there's not even any synthetic fillers in here. So this is all natural, which I love the whole concept of having 100% natural supplementation. It's got 45 approved health benefits through the EFSA, and it also really gives you a very comprehensive program of nutritional factors that I've not seen before, and those are really needed for tissue growth and repair as well. And then the Xenobiotic. Now, it has to be one of my favorites. Little pot of magic, I think it is. I think it's absolute magic. This is 5 dietary natural fibers which metabolize within the colon. It also supports the growth of friendly bacteria. You can see I'm dyslexic, can't you? Promoting healthy bowel functions as well as reducing feelings of bloating and balancing cholesterol levels. So it's dietary fiber, it's improving your gut health, it helps balance out cholesterol levels, and it also helps balance out blood sugar. So that might be useful for someone who's maybe type 2 diabetic. Also, healthy bowel functions and the regularity. So many people actually do not go to the toilet as much as they should do. So this is one way to actually really improve that. So it helps balance out the microbiome, and it gives you a very gentle colon cleanse. You can sprinkle it on food, you can sprinkle it on porridge, you can take it in water as we do every morning. You can put it in a smoothie, whatever you fancy. It's just such an exceptional product and works extremely quickly. Whereas the oil will take you 4 months to really get a result, this one you can get a result in 48 to 72 hours. Absolutely incredible. We also have other products as well. I'm not going to go too much in there because I'm very conscious of the time you're spending here. So we've got Protect, which again, as you can expect, is actually there to protect your immune system. And the ones with the kind of the DNA graphic on there, these are all 100% natural. We also have Viva. Viva is an exceptional product which is fantastic for sleeping, lifting someone's mood. So, a lot of people are experiencing a lot of stress at the moment down to what's going on around the world, not being able to see their families, wondering whether they're still got a job, if they're furloughed. Viva can actually just calm yourself down a little bit with that if you're feeling stressed out. But it's also superb for sleeping. I take 2 of those a night and I sleep like a baby. We also have a skin serum. Now, I wondered why we had a skin serum in the product stable, if you like. And I guess if you're looking after the inside of your body, that reflects also on the outside of your skin. And skin's our largest organ, of course. And what I noticed within just a few days of using this product was my skin felt tighter and just more balanced in color. I absolutely love it. I don't use any other skincare product now. I just use this twice a day and it's superb. You only need a tiny amount, but it is there like it's a hidden secret in my view, because it actually tricks your skin into thinking that it needs to produce collagen to protect from damage. So this is a really superb product. We also have weight management products. So for those of you who maybe like to have a shake, maybe at lunchtime rather than going from grabbing a sandwich, then this is a really good one. It also contains some of that prebiotic powder, the xenobiotic, within the shakes as well. So it's good in all areas. So, and also we've got energy bars, which are vegan, and also protein bars for those people who want to use a protein bar maybe after exercise. You know, we have superb products. I know there's going to be more additions to it in the next few months, but what we have now, I think is fantastic anyway. So anything on top of that is a bonus. So I'm going to talk to you again quickly about the health protocol. It's those 3 products that I mentioned. So we've got the xenobiotic, we've got the balance oil, which is actually there to recreate ratio balance within your cells. Restoring your gut health is so important. You know, it's our second brain. And if we don't look after our gut, it reflects in the rest of our system. So this is really supporting that growth of healthy bacteria, and then boosting that immune system with the Extend. We've got 2 different types. We've got Extend and Extend Plus. So you make the choice of which one you like. But those 3 things together work so well. And it's that 3-step process that gives you the best results in the shortest amount of time, in my view. That's what I went on when I started using the products. Now I'm just going to go through two of those. So just going through the balance oil with the test at a customer level. And if you were to buy all these things that you can see in the test here, so that's the balance oil kit with test, get 2 balance oils, you get 2 large oils, and you get 2 small 100 ml oils. And that would equate to around about £328, but it's discounted by 60%, and your price is £132. And so that is assuming on the assumption that you're actually going to take the subscription. So the subscription is there to give you the best possible price and actually tie you in. So it's a 6-month subscription after this kit here, which is £27 a month. And on the the 2nd, 4th, and 6th month, you would actually get your shipment. So you pay every month, but you get your shipment every 2 months. And on the 4th month, you would actually get your second test so that you're able to retake that test again. And again, it's exactly the same for the health protocol kit, which is the 3 products that I mentioned. So 2 balance tests, 2 large oils, 2 small oils, 2 Extend, and 2 xenobiotic. So that's enough for around about 2 months. And that's would be, if you were doing all that at a retail price, would be $430, but it's $210. So again, discounted by 51%. And this subscription that we lock you into as customers just for 6 months gives you that price then of £66 a month. Now, I was spending more on just my omega-3 supplements per month for the 2 of us. So to get all 3 together is very cost effective in my view. And there's even more goodness, you know, good things that I'm going to tell you in a minute. The nice thing about our products, we have this amazing scientific board who actually make sure that we are really able to use the best products, so the best formulations with the best minds, really. So Paul Clayton is the, you know, kind of the lead scientist and behind it, and he's the one who's formulated our balance oil, etc. Ola Eid has been in the nutritional industry for many years and has also been part of that. Angela Rizzo has done some amazing research on biochemistry of lipids, and especially she's done some fantastic research, and you've only just got to go and Google her on autism, ADHD in young adolescents. And that was the reason that we put my grandson River on the balance oil, the Aqua X balance oil, because he wasn't ADHD, he was just a little bit hyperactive, but bordering on being disruptive. He calmed down completely after he's taken this. So just dramatic difference in him. It's definitely worth a try for all those people out there who've got, who know people who've got, you know, kids who've got autism or ADHD, then I think it's a really good option for someone to have a look at rather than going down the route of medication. Anyway, so let's see how you can get your products for free. So as a customer, you're able to recommend, obviously you've got your subscribe and save, you recommend 4 friends to subscribe and save with the same products that you have, and you'd actually get yours for free. You'd actually just pay for shipping. So whatever your shipping costs, that's all you would pay. And it may need a couple of, depending on which products you have on order, you may need a few more to actually make sure that as long as it's 4 times the amount of your order, then you get your shipping for free. We also have a fantastic little app on our phone, which sits on our smartphones. And I was just going to bring it up and show you. And it was just here. So click that and it will allow you to click it every day. It will ask you as a reminder, have you taken your oil today? And I think that's important when anyone starts a new regimen of any sort of treatment, is the fact that we need reminding about, have you taken it? Oh gosh, no, I forgot. So this little reminder is perfect. And even now, I love pressing it because, oh no, just got to go and take my oil. So even though I've been taking it for well over a year, I still do that. And you know, you can get your shipping if you do it for a year. And also if you increase the amount of steps that you're doing, if it's tied in with a fitness app, then you can actually get your shipping for free as well. I don't know any other company that offers that. So for me, this was a complete no-brainer. So if you can recommend your friends and family and you get your products for free, they can do the same as well. So everyone's happy. So how do you go about creating a custom account? Well, it really couldn't be any simpler. You'll be sent a link by the person who invited you to the call tonight. And so if you haven't had that already, do go back to them and ask them, can I have your link? Because that will link you to their account. Go to the Premier offers. These are the ones that are discounted offers for customers. That's including the subscription. So all you now need to do is select the offers that you require, and you can have any amount of them. So you may want the skincare, you may want the prebiotic, you may want Viva. Whatever you choose, you can add those. And you just choose your products. If you take the oil, you'll be asked which flavor oil you would like, so you customize your order. You'll also be able to choose which monthly auto ship flavor you would like as well. So once you've done that, then you go to the shopping cart, complete the form that's required, and it should have that name of the person who sent you your link at the very top. So just make sure that that's in place. If not, you can search for their name in there with their town as well. Then you just need to fill your name and address in and contact details, and then go through the payment processing portal. And then that's also going to ship your, select your shipping method and also complete the card details. You don't forget to tick those final 3 boxes at the bottom and then submit. You'll be sent a text with an authorization code to your phone, as most banks do. And you just need to put that OTR card into the box and then continue. And that's it, you're a customer. So your shipping should come through, your shipment should come through in 5 to 7 days, depending on when you actually order it. But it's the really exceptional way to make sure that you get the best value from your shopping. So for me, it's been absolutely remarkable, the difference that I have found. And a lot of my clients and a lot of my customers have had great results already, which is really reassuring. So thank you very much for your time tonight. I hope you found it interesting. Don't forget to get back to the person who invited you onto the call tonight, and make sure that they can help you get your journey started with Zinzino. I look forward to hearing your results and hopefully see you on another call, maybe with some of your friends and family as well. Thank you very much for your time. Take care now. Bye-bye.